Okay, let's get right into it. That AQA Geography Paper 1 exam, it can feel like this massive, scary thing, right? But what if I told you that you could know exactly what the people marking your paper are looking for? Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to crack the code of this paper together. Because that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's not just about cramming facts. It's about how you present what you know. We're going to get inside the examiner's head and see this whole thing from their perspective. So, here's our game plan. First, we'll get properly introduced to the paper. Then, the juicy part, the examiner's cheat sheet. After that, we'll nail those quick questions, conquer the big long ones, and wrap it all up with a simple, winning strategy you can take right into the exam. All right, first things first, let's meet the paper. Paper 1 is all about living with a physical environment. And look, this is a huge chunk of your final GCSE geography grade, so nailing this is absolutely crucial. So what are you actually up against? Well, the paper's split into 3 parts. You've got natural hazards, think earthquakes, storms, that kind of thing. Then there's the living world, so ecosystems. And finally, physical landscapes right here in the UK. And the questions, they're a real mix, from simple multiple choice to those big 9-mark essays. Right, this is where it gets really good. We've dug deep into the official AQA examiner's reports to figure out what separates the students who totally smash this exam from the ones who just scrape by. This is the insider's guide. And check this out, you can see a really clear pattern. On the left, the students who did great, they actually used the maps and photos. They brought in specific case studies. Their answers were sharp and to the point. On the right, the students who struggled, they gave vague answers, didn't really develop their points, and sometimes just copied stuff from the resources. The big takeaway here is so clear. You have got to use the evidence they give you and be specific. Okay, let's build from the ground up. These shorter questions are your quick wins. They're where you build confidence and, just as importantly, a solid base of marks. Getting these right is your first step to a great grade. So these are called point-marked questions, and it's a pretty simple deal. For 1 mark, you make 1 good point. But here's the golden rule for getting 2 marks. Don't just make 2 random points. You make 1 point, and then you develop it. Just add a because or a this means that. It's a simple trick, but it's where so many people lose a mark. Let's look at a real one. Question 1.1 asks you to compare the Arctic sea ice in 2020 with the average. Now, this looks super straightforward, but trust me, it is a classic trap that tons of students fall into. This slide just shows it all. The answer on the left just says the ice has decreased significantly. I mean, yeah, that's true, but it's only worth 1 mark. The answer on the right gets full marks. Why? Because it adds specific detail from the map. It mentions how the ice used to reach Canada and Russia, but now it barely touches Greenland. See the difference? And hey, don't just take my word for it. Here it is, straight from the examiner's report. They're basically screaming at you. Use the map. You have to back up what you're saying with evidence from the figure. That's how you turn that 1 mark into 2, every time. Let's do another one. Question 1.4. This time, you have to suggest how these changes in sea ice are evidence for climate change. Again, it's worth 2 easy marks if you know how. Here it is, the simple 2-step formula. Step 1, state the obvious thing from the picture. The ice is melting. Boom, 1 mark. Step 2, develop it. Explain why that matters. It's happening because global temperatures are rising. You've linked the what to the why, and that's your 2nd mark in the bag. Easy. All right, let's move on to the big ones, the 6 and 9 markers. I know these are the ones that can feel a bit scary, but honestly, this is where you can really show what you're made of and shoot up those grade boundaries. So unlike the little questions, these are levels marked. The examiner isn't just ticking off a checklist of points. They're reading your entire answer and deciding which level it belongs in. So having a clear, well-structured argument is just as important as the facts you're putting in. So how do you climb these levels? Think of it like a video game. Level 1 is your basic, entry-level answer. Just a few simple points. Level 2, okay, now we're getting somewhere. You're linking ideas using your own knowledge. But level 3, that's the boss level. That's a detailed, flowing argument full of specific details from a case study, and you're properly assessing the question. Now, this might sound complicated, but it's not if you have a plan. Just follow this 4-step recipe every single time. 1, break down the question. Underline that command word. It tells you what to do. 2, use the figure. Squeeze every last drop of info out of it. 3, add your own case study. This is where your revision pays off.
And 4, make a judgment. If it says discuss, you've got to actually discuss and come to a conclusion. We have covered a lot. So let's boil it all down into one final simple game plan. These are the absolute non-negotiables to remember when you walk into that exam hall.
Here they are, the 5 golden rules. 1. Read the question twice. 2. Use the sources they give you. 3. Always develop your points. 4. Bring in those case studies. And 5. Remember that structure is everything for the long answers. You followed these 5 rules, and you are giving yourself the best possible chance to absolutely ace this.
So, there you have it. You've got the strategy, you've got the knowledge, and now you know exactly what the examiner wants to see. This paper isn't some big, scary mystery anymore. It's a code, and you now have all the keys to crack it. Now go show them what you can do.
Before you go, everything I've just explained is summarized in one place. It's all pulled together in a poster called How to Maximize Your GCSE Geography Marks. The focus is simple: keeping your attention on how marks are picked up in GCSE Geography and reminding you what to prioritize when you're answering questions. It works as a clear reference point when revision feels messy or exam pressure kicks in, helping you stay focused on what actually matters rather than overthinking. Stick it on your wall or keep it on your desk so you see it every day. To get it, scan the QR code or use the link below.